Should be back in just a
Sorry,
second.
that's making you sound really unprofessional. That's,
How so? What, me, unprofessional? Yeah, how dare you? Okay, it looks to me like we're back on. Yep. Alright, can you guys hear him now?
Hello, I'm here. Yeah, oh, they can hear me, good.
Yes.
Cracking.
Excellent. Alright then, we'll get started properly. Let me make sure that changed. Let me change this. Yeah, this is only the second time mic problems have ever impeded any sort of stream ever.
Yeah, like, mate, a classic Sonic, seriously, every single time you start a stream, it's like, we were just saying this just in that very quick break, it's every single time you start a stream, everything goes wrong. You can have it set up perfectly, stop streaming, start streaming again, it's all gone tits up.
Yep. Somebody asked Stealth Tax version of S1, that is correct, and we'll start properly right here, and this is going to be sort of the cutoff for... oh, I got a notification. Last chance to win Tails for free! Well, fuck this, we're playing Sonic Dash instead.
What?
You can win
Last
Tails
chance?
for free. This is your last chance.
Well, I've always wanted Tails for free. I saw Tails in a shop, but I had to pay for them, and I was just like, no.
Alright, so we'll start properly with the video, with the YouTube, when I re-upload this on YouTube right about here. Hey, ladies and gents, it's your old buddy, your old pal, Josh Wallen here once again with a Geek Critique stream. And this time, on the other end of the tin can and string, it's the hot tea to my cold tea, Mr. ShayMay. How are you doing, Shay?
The other end of my 10 cannon string? That's amazing! I'm doing well, how are you?
I'm doing very well, and if anybody can tell me what exactly I was referencing with that intro, I will be surprised and impressed. That's kind of an obscure thing. Today, what we will be playing, well, no, we won't be playing anything, but I myself will be playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 as part of the Sonic Anniversary stream that was supposed to happen on Saturdays and then happened once and then didn't happen for 3 weeks, and now here we are.
And I'll be commenting on it.
By the way, can you guys still hear Shay just fine over the music? Is the audio mixing working out just fine? Because if not, I can adjust that, and I probably should go ahead and do that. Still less problems than the Sonic 25th anniversary stream. It would be hard. It would be hard to fuck up worse than that. Yeah.
Yeah. That stream was something else. It's funny, right? Because so I've got lots of Sonic-related things to talk about. So if there's ever any downtime, just give me a shout.
Okay.
Lots of Sonic-related things have been happening to me recently, much to my chagrin. I think that's how that's pronounced. I should really look these things up. Anyway,
it might be chagrin. I think it might be chagrin.
Give me a second. Let's find out. Google, what do you have to say about this situation?
I'm hearing audio of the game should be quieter, so I can do that. I think that'll be this one. No, wait, duh. It'll be this one. Alright, that ought to work out better for you guys. And Classic Sonic says he could already hear you fine, so I think that'll be just fine.
Classic Sonic's Scottish as well, so I like him. He's Scottish. I don't know. There's just some kind of rapport there.
People were complaining about the fact that I'm using the American artwork here. With
you fucking what, mate? I can't. I'm leaving. That's it. No, we're done.
I'm sorry. Oh, hang on. There we go. Oh yeah, you know, actually, if I'm trying to be really, impartial about it, I do think the European and especially the Japanese artwork for this game is probably superior, but...
Can I just on a very quick tangent, you need to teach me how to do this stuff with your stream and your chat and everything, because that looks amazing.
Oh yeah, no problem, I can do that. It's all done through OBS.
Is that OBS? That's cracking, because that's exactly what I'm needing. Anyway, sorry, that's boring talk. We're talking about Sonic, which is exciting talk. Exciting and invigorating and dramatic.
Indeed,
But
and you guys can see up there's some various incentives that will make the stream potentially last for entirely too long, especially if we manage to hit that last one. But I'm not expecting it, and I'm not counting on it.
To be honest with you, the PAL art's cool and the American art's cool for me. It's that art, the Japanese art, is just spot on. It's smashing.
Yeah, and I love the weird sort of motivational text that's on like the early classic Sonic Japanese like promotional material. Like in this one, it's something like I know on Sonic and Knuckles it's like Sonic runs and rises, the sun sets and rises, like stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's when you want to do something, do it right then. Do it while you can. It's the only way to live a life without regrets.
It's like it's that kind of like very there's a complete lack of self-awareness to that enthusiasm.
I don't know, like I just remember like zooming way in on the grainy box art on Sonic Jam and like reading those words and being like, why is there English on this thing?
I'm fairly sure Tyson Hess put those on his posters that he had at Summer of Sonic.
Oh yeah, man, you went to Summer of Sonic. Did I assume you played Sonic Mania?
I did play Sonic Mania.
I don't know how to feel about this. It's such an insane level of admiration / jealousy that I don't have a word for it.
So I guess you could say that you've got the Sonic Mania. Unlike my gran, who has Sonic dementia, which is a lot more tragic.
Yes.
So that was okay. Good.
Well, my condolences.
Good joke. Good joke. Like, you know what? I've not brought the tone of the stream down there at all.
Speaking of Sonic Mania, for those of you in the chat who might not know, what I'm playing here is the developers of Sonic Mania are primarily people who've been in the Sonic community for a long time, named Stealth and Taxman. Those are their online handles, not their real names, of course. And they collaborated on this remake of Sonic 1. Well, yes, I guess it's a remake. It's kind of a port, remastered version of Sonic 1 that is currently only available on Android and iOS. And that's why I've got this nice, like, it's in widescreen right here. Whereas the original game, of course, would not be.
Are you playing this on an Android device?
No, I'm playing this on my computer. Using an Android emulator called Nox.
Ah, right, okay.
And a Sega Saturn pad.
See, I'm trying my best to, like, avoid emulation, except when it's absolutely necessary for, like, certain games like Mother 3 and everything. Just because, like, not that, like, I'm not thinking to, because emulation's obviously a very useful tool, but it's, I'm very tempted to just do that as well.
Well, I think the easiest way to, if you wanted to play this game and get footage of it and like the other Taxman Stealth games on Android, the other way you could do it would probably be to use a like a Google Chromecast. The delay on that's a little bit too bad for you to be able to like watch the TV and play it, but I do think that might work for capturing it. I
could give it a try. It's either that or like just use an emulator or. Maybe I remember seeing something about the Elgato being able to capture it.
By the way,
capture iPhones.
Where I've got this full screen right now, for some reason my phone isn't like keeping up with the chat at all. So if you could like keep an eye on the chat and make sure that those rapscallions don't get too rambunctious, that'd be cool.
Sure.
And for that matter, I mean, also just if anybody has something cool to say or has a question or anything like that.
Oh yeah, PutOML or PutOML. Is saying like they completely rewrote like the Sonic physics engine from scratch.
Yes.
For these ports, which is like it's incredible to me, and like I know this has kind of like become the vogue for people to say and do, but I think it's funny that they like amateurs were able to do that, and meanwhile Sega have never managed it.
Yeah.
And the thing is that to me suggests more than anything that they were never really trying to do that, which is interesting to me that Sega never like that it's taken until now for Sega to clock, hang on a second, there's a market there.
Well, I sort of question whether Sega ever tried to do it, tried to like completely accurately recapture the classic Sonic style physics. I mean, certainly classic Sonic and Generations was, you know, it was fine for what it was, but it wasn't this. It wasn't like exactly the same.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it wasn't,
definitely.
and it wasn't designed as if it was trying to be either.
No, I mean, like, because if I remember rightly, they had a lot of trouble doing it because they had to emulate the classic Sonic physics using the modern Sonic engine.
Yeah.
I learned that from Did You Know Gaming. Go and watch Did You Know Gaming.
Yeah,
But,
I'm sure. Did You Know Gaming needs the plug on the Geek Critique?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Although to be fair, I'm not the person to ask about that. You just have to email Shane directly because I asked him for a voice role once, and he told me, and I quote, "Fuck off, you colossal bastard." That's a complete lie. He didn't say anything of the sort. I just want to stress that Shane is lovely.
If you guys don't know, Shay writes has written quite a few Did You Know Gaming episodes at this point, haven't you?
Yeah, largely on Sonic.
Largely
Much
on
to my chagrin.
Well, you are the Sonic guy, as we've discussed.
There's no getting away from it now at this point.
Every time Shay tries to start doing something that's not Sonic related, he just gets pulled back in.
It's well, I mean that's part of the reason I didn't want to go to Summer of Sonic. I was sitting there like, no, I shouldn't. You know, I'm done with Sonic. It's fine. And then I realized there was tickets still on sale. I was like, I can't not go to this.
If it had been like on the same continent as me, I probably would have tried to go.
Oh yeah, like yeah, it's kind of the problem with it, and like just you have, because the thing is like we have Sonic Summer of Sonic, and you guys have Sonic Boom, not this year if I remember rightly.
I don't even know. Sonic Boom always happens in California, and that's like on the other side of the country from me, so I don't really worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, because it like huge. Like of course, like that was 4.5 hours.
But like,
me,
if they were gonna have
train.
Mania in like Atlanta or Charlotte or someplace like that, then yeah, no doubt I'd go.
It's worth it. I was kind of trepidatious, but no, it's completely quelled all my problems. It's very like Sonic CD.
That slightly worries me. Do you mean like Sonic CD in a good way?
Oh yeah, absolutely, in a good way. Like the it's not wacky workbench. Let's put it that way.
Because Sonic CD's level design is not the best, in my opinion.
I don't entirely disagree, but it's like the better bits of Sonic CD.
Right.
But sorry, Definitive Dubs is asking, should 3D Sonic be more adventure or be more boost?
Well, saying should implies like sort of a like, how do I put this? Objectively, there's no correct answer there, right? So I think you're just asking for my opinion on it. And so all I can give you is my preferences, and my preferences are that I enjoyed the boost games a lot more than the adventure games, especially nowadays. So
really,
that's what I would go with.
That's interesting.
Like, there are sort of like 3 ways that we've seen Sonic like work for any length of time. There's the classic series, there's the adventure series, and there's the boost games. And of those 3, like, I definitely like both classic and boost significantly more than adventure. Although that being said, it's not like I hate adventure either.
Yeah, no, like it's funny to me because like the thing is that I definitely see the boost as being the more complete version. Like it's definitely better. I don't want to say objectively, but like it's technically it's better put together. It's more well realized. That's what I'm trying to say. Than adventure is. But at the same time, it's just I cannot get away from that. Sorry, I got distracted by you doing that platforming without using the block.
Oh yeah.
That was incredible. But yeah, like it's funny because like adventure is a lot less well realized, but I like the idea of it appeals to me a lot more. And it's funny because I was playing Green Hill Paradise Act 2.
No, I don't know. You mentioned that last night. I don't know. I don't actually know what Green Hill Paradise is. So
it's like a 3D fan game using the GHZ engine, I believe it is. It's the one, and it had like it was in it was basically like a green hill with like all these slopes and everything and momentum physics in 3D. And the first one was released a few years ago, and the Act 2 has been released for Sage this year.
Well, that sounds like the kind of thing I might want to try on a stream sometime.
Well, the funny thing is that I mentioned this to them, and like when I say this, please understand, take absolutely no credit. I did none of the work on this, but it has. He admits that he has taken inspiration from Sonic Spitball Part 3.
Well, that must be a really cool feeling.
Like, you have no, like, yesterday I was sitting there like just kind of in shock. I was like pacing around the house, like, seriously. But like, because it's got like a momentum-based homing attack, it's got the boost mode.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, having actually sat down and played it, I'm sitting there and I'm like, it's amazing how well boost mode actually works, because it like effectively blends. Now, obviously, like, it's a fan game, and it's kind of hampered a little by the Unleashed engine, so Sonic's not quite as smooth to control.
Mm-hmm.
But
so like, does this runs on the same engine as Unleashed?
I think it's based on it. You can tell when Sonic begins moving, it's quite stiff.
So is this like a Sonic Generations mod then?
I'm not sure. I think it runs on the Unreal Engine. But yeah, anyway, like, so it's amazing how well the boost mode actually works. Like, so it's got like kind of the classic stylings in that you have to gain speed, but then it's also got modern stylings in that if you can maintain that speed, you get a boost. You effectively enter like as if you're holding X in Sonic Generations.
Well, I am definitely gonna have to try that out then, especially if, like you're saying, it has actually taken inspiration from your ideas. Like, God, the closest I've ever come to that would be Underwater Marble Zone.
That sounds like torture.
Oh, have you never seen that?
No.
Ooh, that's a good one. If you're gonna watch anything from when the Geek Critique was just a Let's Play channel, make it that. Basically, here's what happened. At the very, very beginning of when I started doing this YouTube thing, I was still in college, and I didn't really feel like I had time to, like, edit proper videos, and plus I didn't know the first thing about, like, really using a video editor in the first place. So I just started out doing Let's Plays. And
yeah,
the guy that I did them with back then, he's been... Oh, man, I hate when I fall down here. He's been on... like, he was on the last stream we did for a little bit, but he is sort of a very angry, quick-to-anger person, and we were playing Sonic hacks, and Sonic hacks, you know, are made for people who are really, really, really good at Sonic anyway. So, there was this one hack we played where he got super pissed off because there were so many Caterkillers, and he kept trying to homing attack them, and they'd hurt him because he'd homing attack into their back and stuff. So, and he also hates water levels, and then, of course, we both hate Marble Zone. So I came up with this idea that, like, okay... What if imagine if somebody put, like, a Caterkiller, lots of Caterkillars in an underwater marble zone, and he said, "You're literally Hitler." And then a couple of weeks later, somebody actually made that real, and I got him to play it blind, and it was rather good.
You're a bad person.
But yeah, that's sort of the closest thing that I can use to sort of imagine how cool it is to actually see an idea you had, like, sort of coming to fruition like that.
I have to stress, it's not like, it's definitely not like just, it's not my ideas made material. It's just taking like bits and pieces. But I'm just kind of sitting there thinking to myself, like, that's amazing. Yeah, no,
I'm genuinely excited to try it out now. But to get back to the original question real quick,
sorry,
like, as far as, like, sort of the boost versus adventure versus classic stuff goes, I think it's tough because, like, to what Shay sort of said throughout Spitball is that because Sonic has been so many things over the years, like, that's where sort of the fractured fan base comes from. A lot of people, like, even pretty hardcore classic Sonic fans, were upset to see classic Sonic in the Project 2017 trailer because they were like, you know, we had Generations, we had the anniversary game, we're getting Mania. I don't know that he needs to be here anymore, but what Sega is trying to do is they're trying to appeal to, like, every type of Sonic fan, and that's kind of an impossible thing to do, but they're trying to hit as wide a berth as possible.
Well, it's the same problem stuff like Batman has nowadays.
No, that's a good comparison.
Like, because you've got so many different versions of it, and people are like, oh no, I like Mark Hamill's Joker, and then it's like, people go, no, but I prefer Heath Ledger's Joker, and then nobody goes, I prefer Jared Leto's Joker. But yeah, like, for me, it was the classic Sonic thing, was just, they pulled that, like, I mean, I love classic Sonic, but they pulled that 3 times over the course of the evening. They pulled the whole classic Sonic Returns, in Sonic Dash, which admittedly isn't huge, Sonic Mania, and then Project Sonic, and I was thinking to myself, well, why are you fracturing it so much? Why not just say Sonic? Why has he got to be like qualified like that? Also, sorry, 2 things. I wanted to say, you've shown me so many routes in this level that I didn't know before in Act 1 of Spring Yard. And number 2, Putamil, sorry mate, I still don't know how to pronounce that, is asking, how do you donate to this thing?
Oh, there's a donate button right underneath the stream, although I haven't checked in a long time, so I'm just assuming that it still works.
Well, that would be a disaster.
Oh, I can just go fix it real quick. We'd live.
Meanwhile Putamil's like sitting there, having donated to like a Nigerian prince somewhere.
Well, actually, what's down there is, in fact, the donut button, which is an in-joke from the Sonic stream of, like, 2014, I think.
My god.
Yeah.
Like...
That's for the classic Geek Critique fans. All 2 of you.
We're going to be sitting here like, our gravestones are going to have carved in them, we shouldn't have spent so much time in Sonic.
I don't think I'd ever regret it. But, the thing is, like, whereas I, like I said, I like the classic games, I like the boost games, I like the adventure games. I have my preferences, but I can get something out of any style, especially when it's done well. But there are a lot of people out there who, like, they might only like classic Sonic, they might only like adventure. Like, they have, like, more significant preferences. And so, like, that's one thing that you addressed in, in Spitball Part 3, is that, like, this idea isn't going to do it for everyone, because there's just no way to make a game that appeals to every type of Sonic fan at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it would be very easy to make a game that appeals to, I think, almost every single Metroid fan, for instance, because it's very clear how to do that series right. It's been done right.
Well, the bloody funny thing about that is AM2R got that pretty much spot on. Because it has the, from what I could tell, I haven't, like, tried to speedrun it or anything, but it has, like, the Super Metroid and Zero Missions completely non-linear structure where you can do things however the heck you like. You can sequence break, but it also has a lot of the slower paced stuff, like the lore and everything from Metroid Prime. It's just completely optional. And I am a sucker for both those things, so I was amazed. Yeah, I think you can definitely make a Metroid game that pleases everybody.
Because it's clear what fans of that series like about it. It hasn't been a billion different things. The only thing I could even see being a split is, like, do you prefer Prime or the 2D style Metroid games more? But even then, they're very good like variations on the same sort of concepts.
Yeah, there is very consistent. Like, I mean, like, fans of the Prime games and fans of the 2D games are never like, there's no animosity there.
Ooh, that was close.
But yeah, no, it's just because the thing is that, like, every time Sega goes classic Sonic, that kind of entrenches him as a separate character, if you will. And it's
no, I can see where that's coming from, because, like, Sonic Generations, I've gone on record as saying that's probably my favorite game of the past 2 decades, maybe. So when Classic Sonic popped up in the 2017 trailer, I was super excited about it. But thinking about it, like, I can see where people are having problems with it. I think it's just that, like, to me, like, the fan base is so fractured. Sega has other options here. Sega could make Adventure 3, but then you're cutting off the people who might not like the adventure style. They could just focus on classic Sonic, but then they're losing everybody who, like, sort of came on board after that point. So, I don't know that there is a good way, like, to sort of win back the crowd at this point, other than just making good games.
I think, like, to me, it's the way that it should be right. And I've seen this with comics as well. The problem with both comics and Sonic, is that they are like, the more you split everything off, it's not just that it like divides your fan base, it's that it also like precludes other people from entering the fan base. Because like everybody, like, because people see that. I know people who like who aren't into Sonic, and if you try and talk to them about it, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you on about?
No, I know. I like people who don't know, who like basically only know what Sonic is from the internet at this point. Like, they don't understand that there really are people who like it, even sometimes, just because of how invasive like the Sonic 06 memes and stuff like that are.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Like the memes and everything is a completely different matter. Like that's a whole different kettle of fish there, because that's sorry, not kettle of fish, because it's the same kettle of fish, but it's a whole like can of worms.
Yeah.
I can't remember my idioms. But it's yeah, like the problem. It's the same problem as like.
I was trying to move the mouse cursor off the screen and I ended up getting myself killed. By the way, thank you to Pedro via. I assume that's how I'm pronouncing your name. I assume that's that guy who asked how to donate earlier. They donated $5 via PayPal, meaning that Sonic Mega Mix will be going ahead after this.
Nice.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Puto. It's Puto ML.
Puto ML.
Thank you.
All right.
It's like, right, okay, so you have comics, and the problem was like that with comics, superhero comics specifically, they tried for years to like please, like basically the more shit they do, the more they entrench themselves as being for a very hardcore fan base. Like, so you've got new continuity reboots, which doesn't bring anybody on board, it just makes everyone else kind of go, like, what's going on here? If you see what I mean.
Yeah, you know, I've always noticed that about comics. I've never been a big comic reader aside from the Sonic comic when I was little. The Archie Sonic comic, that is. I know you have some personal history with the UK version of the Sonic comic.
Yeah.
But, no, I've noticed how they'll reboot every couple of years and try to get more people on board. And I know there's a big skip in this level, but I can never remember how to do it. There's a way to get over this big lake right here, and I look up how to do it, and then the next time I play it, I forget. So,
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, you can complete Act 1 in like less than a minute if you do that.
Oh, that'd be the dream. I should learn how to do that. But yeah, it's exactly the same with Sonic. It's, you've got all these people, like I've been talking to friends who aren't really into it, and it's just like they look at that and it's a mess. They look at that and they're like, oh, hang on, we've got classic Sonic and modern Sonic and Boom Sonic and Lego Sonic now, and
yeah, God, I wonder if Boom Sonic is going to be in 2017 too.
I wonder that as well. There's been some theories about that.
I would be fine if he made like a cameo appearance or something, but I don't know why he would be a playable character. I don't know what what good could come from that.
Yeah, well, maybe he would be the one with like the really shit frame rate and all the popping.
Yes.
but yeah, no. So it's just for me. But the thing is, the only time that superhero comics have ever really gotten out of that rut is when I was about to say Mario. Marvel came in 2008 and like did the Iron Man movies, which opened it up to a whole new audience because it was nice and simple. There wasn't like tons of baggage. You just went to see this one movie and then you were up to speed. And it's kind of that effect's going away now because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has gotten so big and bloated. But I think, to be honest with you, I think that's what it needs, and it's not something that Sega will ever do because money.
Yes.
But I think if they ever want to expand their fan base, they would need to take a gamble on basically trimming a lot of their fan base out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no,
No.
I like
Not trimming them out, but like alienating them.
from a Sonic, from a quality of the series standpoint, I definitely agree that one way or the other, the best thing to do probably would be a reboot. It would certainly be cleaner than focusing on like. But Sega's really just doing the opposite. They're. Oh, I think I just got another donation. I think is what that noise means. I have like. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but are like donation like messages popping up over the stream when that happens? Because I certainly hear a very loud noise in my ears when that happens.
I've not seen them.
Okay, give me just a second here. I think I need to move
this
this
thing's
down.
like, sorry, the gameplay footage is like 30 seconds behind you, and I was thinking to myself, my god, he's playing Sonic and searching for things. That's impressive.
Oh, I wish. Okay, I think it should be right now, because the donations should be... Yeah, that'll do it. I think. Background image. Yeah, we'll see.
Can I, like, classic Sonic, that's amazing. Like, he's saying, I love Sonic the comic, I got 2 of my issues signed by Nigel Dobbin. Yeah, I've got an issue 100 signed by Nigel Dobbin, Nigel Kitching, and Richard Elson at this point. I went to the pub with Richard Elson.
Oh, you know how...
That was a day.
Sorry, my mind's been a little bit blown, and you know how earlier, when you said that you'd played Sonic Mania, I was confronted by this feeling of, like, admiration / jealousy that was very conflicting?
Yeah.
I think I just got that again because somebody, I'll say, well, I don't know if this is his last name or not, so I'll just say his first name. Patrick has just donated $45.
Patrick.
So, thank you very much. I feel very conflicted about that, but thank you very much all the same. So do you know what this means?
Well, okay. That's, that this stream's gonna be going on for a while.
I'm gonna be here a while. And,
Good one, Patrick.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Being here a while isn't what I'm concerned about. It's what this means. I'm going to... I have never beaten this game before. I'm going to have to play and finish, the Game Boy Advance version of this game. And I hope you all know what that means, but if you don't, oh my.
But seriously, Patrick, you're a legend. Thank you.
Seriously, thank you very much. I didn't expect... I expected that to sort of be a group effort if we got there at all, and I wasn't expecting it at all, but the fact that one person was like, fuck yeah, I want to watch somebody torture themselves. You're a masochist. Thank you very much. I am deeply concerned. I'm also gonna have to play this again with getting all the emeralds this time.
Well, you're speeding through it so far, but yeah, this is gonna be going on for a while. I'll need to get a cup of tea at some point. Hot tea.
Yes. All right, so let's just go ahead and edit this. And I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to get here. I wonder if I should add. Chat, is there anything else that you would like to see me potentially try to get to? I didn't plan for any stretch goals.
Everybody, please request an all-emerald run of Sonic 3D Blast.
My God, like I would honestly rather play Sonic 1 GBA than try to do that. Like, Sonic 1 GBA is god-awful, but at least it's interesting. And by the way, fair, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to completely get through Sonic 1 GBA, like, in one setting tonight. So expect that to be sort of a multiple-part thing. But I will definitely go ahead and start it tonight, because I know I can beat this game twice, no problem.
Quality. I'm down for that. I've got nothing else on tonight. Sorry, Classic Sonic, can you... I want... You got a sketch of Dynamite Headed by Nigel Dobbin, because that sounds amazing.
You know, Dynamite Headdy is one of those games that, like, I remember when I was a kid, a lot of people really praised it. I read, like, a review of it, I think in Game Players magazine, like, saying that, man, Dynamite Headdy should be Sega's new mascot instead of Sonic. But I never actually played it that much.
I've got friends who swear by it. Oh, also, Definitive Dub says we should do, a stretch goal should be DuckTales.
Well, when is a stretch goal not DuckTales in some way?
I wonder how VK Mize feels about the new DuckTales reboot.
I feel like he added me on Facebook, actually, and I feel like I've seen him say something about it. I can't imagine he would be disappointed or anything. But yeah, so like, I'm sorry if my playing here is kind of suffering. I'm just kind of I'm a little bit mind blown that that we got here so fast.
Puto says if you add a $75 stretch goal to play through the entirety of Sonic 1 Omoshao Edition, he will pay the $25.
It would have to be more than $25 to get me to do that, because that would take so long. But no, that actually might be that could be a thing.
Sorry, there's something being asked in the chat that has anyone played Castle of Illusion HD? Is it worth getting on the Xbox? Yes. It's cracking. It's getting delisted on September 2nd, so if you want to buy it, it's better do it soon.
Oh man, that's sort of relevant to the downside to digital games that I made.
Yeah, you know, like you know what's funny? I saw it and I was thinking exactly of that. I was thinking, you know what? That's kind of timely.
Yeah, like that's the sort of video that I wouldn't mind like doing like a second part of eventually, just highlighting more games that are have either gone off or about to go off or stuff, you know, stuff like that. I really wish that video had done a little bit better than it has. I changed the title of it recently to something a lot more clickbaity in hopes that it might make a difference. But
yeah,
it's the kind of thing that I really like I want people to like see that and think about it and like sort of like act on it.
YouTube's a very strange sphere unless you're doing like because the thing is that like my Sonic videos are doing better than any of my other videos, like by a significant margin. And I do think it's like in large part like just due to the length and stuff. Because apparently YouTube now like prioritizes length, but it's basically just like I find that if you haven't gotten
I'm gonna die. Almost made it though.
I find that if you haven't gotten it very early, you're not going to get it, if that makes sense.
I don't know, before I was like a proper, and of course this was years ago, but before I was doing YouTube like and trying to succeed at it or anything, wow, I'm the best at video games. I remember I made a video like showing off some things in the Sonic 2 HD demo, like the debug mode and stuff, and it did all right for a while. Sorry, I'm sucking at Labyrinth Zone all of a sudden. And then like all of a sudden it was like after about 2 months of being out, it just exploded and got like 50,000 views.
That's weird. I just saw that death. Yeah, that is. I don't know. YouTube's a fickle sphere. I've decided I'm going to stop trying to do like funny or clever titles because it's just it seems to have no effect in my experience.
Yeah, what I've basically sort of started doing, like you might notice I don't talk over my in cards anymore. I still have in cards, but like I'm sort of starting to realize that like the sort of content that I do isn't necessarily going to be the kind of thing that's going to easily catch on or easily like go viral or anything like that. Like I'm just gonna have to put the work in to build an audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's fine. That's preferable in some ways. It's better to have an audience than have like one video that does like gangbusters and then be stuck doing crap like that the rest of the time.
Well, that's exactly because you see people with like 1 million subs who get like maybe, I don't know, 30,000, 300,000 views, which proportionally is pathetic, you know?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people got famous doing like Minecraft stuff, and then and then anytime they try to do something that's not Minecraft, like, oh my god, the exact same thing is happening. Okay, just gonna have to go for it.
Puto's saying $100 for you to complete Sonic 06. Listen, I want to complete Sonic 06. Does anybody want a Sonic 06 stream sometime soon? Because you're welcome to join me, Josh. Like,
I'd love to, but the thing is, at some point, like during this series, I will be completing Sonic 06 anyway. So it doesn't really need to be something that I would take a donation for. Because as part of this Sonic stream series that I'm doing, which is probably gonna run at least until the next Sonic anniversary, like I'm just gonna be playing. Like today, I'm focusing on Sonic 1. Like this is the game I'm playing primarily, and then I'll do Mega Mix, and then I might do other things too. But at some point, like every sort of main series Sonic game is gonna get one of these, so that will include Sonic 06.
I have to be honest, I don't even mind Sonic 06 that much. Like, it is bad, it's a big piece of rubbish, but I have fun when I'm playing it and streaming it, because it's just kind of a fun big piece of rubbish.
No, I totally agree. I have way more fun playing it than I have playing, like, even games that a lot of people consider really good, like Heroes.
Yeah, no, I have a lot more fun with it than Heroes, because, like, I don't know, there's just an entertainment factor to it. It's like the B-movie of Sonic games.
Yeah, yeah. Manos, the Hands of Fate. I've actually sort of, like, for a long time now, I've been wondering, like, whenever I get to Sonic 06 and I'm going to do a Geek Critique video about it, like, how am I going to approach that and not, like, say stuff that hundreds of other videos have already said. And I've actually sort of started, like, coming up with something recently. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I was about to ask what is it, but that's a really dumb thing to ask on stream.
Oh, you just want to take my idea and do it yourself? I see how it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm ready and willing to do a Shay Says on this thing. You know, I'm going to go right, but I'm just going to become a Sonic tuber at this point.
I do worry about that. Like, earlier today, I said on Twitter that I'm thinking about doing a couple things after the DK wrap-up is over. I could do Tropical Freeze and Returns, continue with the Donkey Kong stuff. I could go on and do Sonic, or I'm sort of thinking about doing a Metroid thing. And me and you will talk about that at some point in this stream if you want to.
Metroid?
Yes. But
I don't know if you know, I like Metroid. A wee
really?
bit.
And I thought about putting that to, like, a poll, but I'm like, most people who are my fans know me because of Sonic, so I know Sonic would win that. There's really no point to putting it to a poll.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly it, because I was thinking of doing something similar recently. It was, I can't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, it's just people are going to, like, choose the meme one, as it were.
Which is fine. I mean, Sonic is, like, my favorite video game series, so I don't have a problem with being known for, you know, having Sonic fans following me and having,
Oh yeah, like, not to sound ungrateful at all, it's just like, it's if you're putting it to a poll, it's going to be kind of, the numbers are going to be a bit skewed.
But I would hate to get, like, typecast as being just exclusively that. And I've never once felt that way, admittedly, but I just, it was something I was always, like, conscious of and making sure, like, didn't happen. Which is why back when I finished up Classic Sonic, like, I was like, okay, let's go do Smash Brothers, yeah? let's take a break from Sonic for a while.
Yeah, I can see, like, because that's the other thing. That's why I'm kind of making a rule that sometimes I find myself wanting to break, but I'm kind of making a rule that I don't want to do any more Sonic stuff. Like, and like I say, I don't think I'll say ever, but at least for the next couple of years, just because otherwise it will kind of become.
Well, man, you put out like 3 multi-hour videos on Sonic, so I don't think that, like, I remember you saying that you felt kind of burnt out on it, and I'm like, I don't blame you, you know?
Yeah, it's funny, like, I kind of, after going to Summer of Sonic and everything, and meeting everyone, and just kind of, I met Digi as well, actually, and, yeah, just going to Summer of Sonic, meeting everyone, it was quality, it was really fun, and I'm just kind of like, I'm back into it, but I don't want to spend any more creative energy on it, because I started working on Sonic the Comic Online in like 2009, and then I went away from Sonic the Comic Online, and basically, kind of, I stopped working on Sonic the Comic Online, and then I did that Pokemon video, and then I went straight into Sonic. And it's just that only finished up sometime earlier this year, so that's like 6 or 7 years of just solid wall-to-wall Sonic creative stuff, and it's just like, okay, that's enough, that's plenty.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like I sort of did the same thing. Like when I started putting out like higher quality videos, I did one on the N64, I did a Mario Kart retrospective, and then I went right into Sonic, and that's admittedly like where I really honed my style to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But at the time I was doing it, like there was a certain part of me that kind of wanted to like hold off and until I like got better. I felt like I wanted like more quality. I wanted more because I knew these games were very, very important to me, and I wanted to like sort of have the gravitas to showcase that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, but it's funny because like the more you think that, the more you think, oh no, I'll wait till the big special one. I just find that makes me put it off.
And that's sort of the thing. Like as excited as I'm sort of getting, like picturing doing this Metroid thing that I've got in mind, like the fact that it is Sonic's 25th anniversary, and I haven't like all I've done past Classic Sonic so far is Sonic Adventure 1, and I guess Pocket Adventure counts to a certain extent. Like, I sort of feel a responsibility to at least do, like, Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Heroes, or, you know, get some work done on it. Because it is my sort of eventual goal to have, like, a video covering every, all the main Sonic games. And then have, like, a wrap-up video for every other one.
That is quite an impressive feat. Because, like, I couldn't imagine... Oh, then again, like, I know you'll be kind of, like, spreading them out a bit more, but I couldn't imagine, like, doing that. There was points, like, part of the reason I didn't want to do Sonic 06 and Shadow and stuff is just, and Heroes is just, like, I can't be bothered going through them, like, three or four times just to kind of say, yeah, they're not great.
Well, yeah, man, especially... I actually just rewatched Sonic Spitball Part 1 a couple of days ago, and, like, I do love the part where you're, like, we're not talking about Sonic 06. Like, everybody knows it's crap. It's been said over and over again. There's no reason. There's like, what else could I possibly add to the conversation? And that is very, very true. And I'm glad you did that.
Like, because that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, like, it would have been... The thing is, it would have been so easy, because, you know, if you make a Sonic 06 video... Right, here's the thing. Like, you see when I'm on microphone and I'm on, like, camera or whatever, or however you want to phrase that, I'm a lot less sweary than I am normally.
Sweaty, huh?
Sweary.
What do you mean?
It's like I swear a lot more in real life than I do when I'm kind of on the internet, because it's not.
Okay, no, I thought you said sweaty.
Oh right, okay. But and so like I'm sitting there like, it would be a piece of cake to kind of make a sweary video where I roll my R's and I go, oh, this fucking piece of shite game, oh, you know, fucking arseholes made this. It would be very easy, and I suspect it would bring in a lot of viewers, but it's so tiresome. It's like, yeah, we get it, it's not the best game.
Oh yeah, no, like, I feel like if my only goal was to, like, make a successful YouTube channel that, like, brought in the cash, like, I feel like I know how to do that. And I feel like it would be not a simple process, not an easy process, but, like, it would be something doable relatively easily. It's just,
yeah.
like... like, it's not the kind of content that I would want to make. It's not something that I would be happy with.
It's a tricky one, because I don't mean to disparage anybody that does kind of like have kind of more content like that, you know. I don't mean to disparage, like...
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Game Grumps and Clement and everything, but yeah, no, it didn't interest me. And it's funny that the one thing I found to say about Sonic 06 and the whole thing was actually like a big compliment about how much I like the atmosphere of Kingdom Ruin, or Ruined Kingdom, or Kingdom Valley.
Kingdom Valley, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. And then, like you said, yeah, I'm not disparaging anybody for however they want to use YouTube, you know, or whatever they want to do on it. Like,
Yeah.
like over on TGC Classic, where I guess some of you might be watching this, like there's a Let's Play that Steven and I did last year of Super Mario World, where he just, I don't know, Steven was in a mood that day or something, but he gets very, very, very game grumpsy with it. And it was a blast. It was a blast to do. It was a blast to edit. Like, it was a lot of fun. It's just like, I remember somebody telling me a long time ago that, like, if you want to get views, here's all you need. Top 10 worst.
Oh god, yeah.
Make a top 10 worst video and and you will get it.
Like,
and I think that's why Sonic 06 has such, like, proliferation, like, why everybody knows about it. Because it's very, very, very easy to talk about Sonic 06 in an entertaining and interesting way that will stick with people. Because the material just writes itself, basically.
oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I see what you're saying there. I suppose because there's a lot that do just kind of, oh, there's a glitch, and then they just like kind of zoom in on their like fed up looking face, or go, well, what is this? What is this piece of shit?
What were they thinking?
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, okay, we get it, you know.
And part of the issue there is that, like, to go back to what I just referenced, the angry video game nerd is like the DNA of like homemade internet video covering video games in general. Like he was sort of the codifier for all of us in a lot of ways. And
yeah,
and he
definitely.
he got big, you know, doing that.
Yeah, but the two things that set the
Whoa,
nerd
that was
apart.
weird. It's coming up here in a second for you, Shay. Like I jumped and I did a really I did like a moon jump for some reason.
I'm holding my breath in anticipation now.
It's right after I get hit by one of the spikes.
Oh my god,
I don't know what happened there.
that was weird.
Somebody send that to Taxman and Stealth. Make sure they get that cleaned up before Sonic Mania comes out.
Somebody says, Widespread Gamer says, next on the Geek Critique, top 10 worst Sonic 06 levels.
There we go.
Fucking million views first month, that's my predictions.
What is your least favorite Sonic 06 level, out of curiosity?
Aquatic Base, maybe? I haven't thought too hard about it. Aquatic Base, I would think.
Aquatic Base does suck.
Because it's like all the other ones are like at least interesting. You know, when I am infuriated, I at least feel alive. That just makes me feel like complete ennui. It's just, I could be dead and I wouldn't even know it.
The one that sticks with me, and I don't remember what it's called because I only ever played it once, was the billiard ball puzzle with Silver.
Oh my god, yeah, Dusty Desert.
Yeah, that took me like over half an hour the first time I was doing it. It was awful.
That was bad.
If for some reason you guys haven't experienced that, what happens, like, Silver the Hedgehog pretty much exists because of because Sega had the Havoc physics engine and wanted to show it off. He has telekinetic powers to move around boxes and crap like that. And there's a level... Oh my god, come on. There's a level where you have to... I believe you just, like, knock... There's a giant billiard table in the middle of a desert, and, like, you have to knock them all into the pockets. But because of how screwy the physics engine actually is, it's incredibly difficult and not fun in the slightest.
Yeah, it's not... Well, apparently, because Sonic 06 started... did you know? Sonic 06 started life as like a more realistic game. Like, it wasn't a Sonic game at all, they just wanted to make use of that physics engine, and then they kind of went, oh, okay. Like, let's put Sonic in now.
Right.
And it's... Yeah, it's not... So, that billiards puzzle just can do one. It's bad.
Alright, so that's Sonic 1 done. That's the first of, let's see, I'm going to be playing Sonic Mega Mix. I'm going to be playing this game again, but getting the Emeralds. And then I will be playing Sonic 1 on the Game Boy Advance. And like I said, that's going to be... in a weird way, I'm kind of looking forward to it, just because I've never actually beaten that version. I think the furthest I got might have been... Labyrinth, probably. Sorry, are you still there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think. I've never actually played Sonic Gen. I don't think it was actually released in EU.
I don't think it was, no.
Hooray!
It's one of the times when it's good that a game doesn't come out over there.
Well, it's, you know, I mean, we didn't get Sonic Genesis, but we also didn't get Chrono Trigger, so I think it kind of balances out.
Yeah, you know, come to think of it, like RPGs back then hardly ever came out in the EU, because I know like Mario RPG didn't come out over there either.
Yeah, that sucked. That was like that. Well, actually, I say that, but I was like a sprog back then. I was still. I didn't know what an RPG was at that point.
That's the game that taught me what an RPG was, and then it ruined most other RPGs for me in comparison.
Yeah, it's. I need to play it. I've played the Thousand Year Door, which is apparently like kind of like the spiritual successor, and it is cracking. It is amazing.
I've heard nothing but wonderful things about Thousand Year Door. I played the original Paper Mario a little bit. I beat Super Paper Mario and loved it, but I know that's the one that has like the least RPG elements.
Yeah. I've yet to play that. It looks really good. Sorry, can somebody said something and I'm going to attack them for it.
Go ahead.
I'm going to fight them. SJenks02 says, Freedom Planet is my favourite Sonic game.
I wonder if they were listening, like, weren't you talking about this on your stream last night?
I was, yeah. It's funny, right, and like, SJenks, I'm not calling you out here or anything, mate, like, it's all good. It's just, like, I every time somebody says that, I feel very strongly against it, because it's like, Freedom Planet is almost certainly, well, it is, it started off as a Sonic fan game.
Yes.
So it's Sonic inspired, but it's also inspired very heavily by Rocket Knight Adventures, and I swear to God it has a lot of Mega Man Zero in its DNA. It's kind of like a mishmash of a bunch of action platformers, and it has absolutely none of the design elements or philosophy of classic Sonic. And it's like, it's not a bad game at all. It's a good game. But it's, just in case you need that clarified, it's not a bad game, so it's a good game. QED. But, you know, yeah, I always feel like adverse to that notion.
Well, to be fair, I think most people who, say that are doing it a little bit facetiously. You know, sort of like people who say that, like, the best Star Trek movie is Galaxy Quest. Like, I don't think that they're necessarily disparaging, like, other Star Trek movies.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, I understand that he's not saying anything bad by that. And like you say, it probably is somewhat facetious. Definitive dubs, like, yeah, mate, I've played a lot of Mega Man Zero. It's, the reason I make the comparison is because you have bosses very much built for precision. You have, like, big bosses that you're supposed to, like, dash in, use your melee attack to hit them on their weak point and dash out. So it's very like Mega Man Zero in that sense.
And I don't think I'm actually going anywhere, just in case anybody hops on and, like, this is what they see. We're between games right now.
If we're between games, would you mind if I quickly nipped to the bathroom and to turn the kettle on?
No, go ahead.
Also, if I offended anyone by saying that Freedom Planet, I'm sorry. I'm saying that Freedom Planet, just, it's a good game. Please don't kill me. Back in a minute.
Alright, I gotta figure out how to run Sega CD games. Haven't actually done that in a while.
hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey. Come on,
Hey,
Tails.
hey, hey.
You made it.
Come on, Tails.
By the way, Pudo ML just donated another $5, so thank you very much for that. I guess the Be Right Back message just inspires people to donate, so that's fascinating. We're going to do a quick straw poll here.
Okie doke. So wait, hang on a second. If you don't have hot tea, what do you have a kettle for then?
I don't think there's anything I really use a kettle for.
Oh my god.
Well, sometimes we make like homemade tea, and we'll do that in a kettle. And then we'll like put a bunch of ice in it and put it in the refrigerator.
Oh my god. Sacrilege.
I know.
What's the stretch goal for getting Josh to drink a proper warm cup of tea?
It'll be in euros, whatever it is. Okay. Alright, there's going to be a straw poll in the chat. Should already be there by the time you guys hear this. That will determine which version of Megamix you'd like me to play. If you don't know...
Oh, heck yeah, Megamix.
What Sonic 1 Megamix is, it's a very, very well-known Sonic hack. It's one of the most complete Sonic hacks around. It has, like, art assets, new characters, level differences, all kinds of stuff. And
cool.
I'm wondering if I should play... And also, I know Stealth was involved with it. I don't think Taxman was. But this sort of continues the whole theme of, like, showing off stuff that the Sonic Mania people have done before.
You know, my first ever YouTube endeavour involved involved Sonic Megamix. I wanted to play the Sonic Megamix version of Sonic 1 and they did a Let's Play of it. And it wasn't very good.
It's funny how we all seem to start with Let's Plays.
Yeah, well, this was back in like 2010.
I think it's just, like, anybody who's wanting to, like, make a YouTube channel, I would actually recommend that just go ahead and start by making some Let's Plays. Because, like, one, you're not going to get famous doing them by any means, but it's just a really great way to sort of learn your way around the system, learn your way around a video editor. I'm really, really glad that I did it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I did the same with GamePie, which was basically like it was a lot more recent. It was kind of like the precursor to me doing Shay Says, which I'm renaming to ShayMay now, which is just for branding purposes.
Sure.
But yeah, no, like so I started with that, and it's basically because with the amount of like light editing that you have to do, it's really handy. So if you ever want to do like a bigger editing project, you'll actually have the basics down. You know, right? You know, you kind of build up to it rather than start like bite off more than you can chew.
Somebody says the stream is dead. Is the stream dead?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It still looks like it's working for me.
Yeah, no, it's working for me.
Maybe Dubs is just having... By the way, I know that Definitive Dubs keeps asking if he can get on the call, and yeah, you probably can. Just let me finish making Megamix work first. For some reason, RetroArch keeps crashing. And let's see... Yep, that's gone. Let me try this. Haven't used Fusion in a long time.
Kega Fusion. Oh god, that brings me back.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day. Because that was my big that was the holy grail for me, was Keg of Fusion, because I had a Mac, and then I was like desperate for this emulator, and then like I would kind of like steal shots at it anytime I could get a shot at a PC, and then uninstall it before it got off, and then finally a Mac version was released, and it was just heaven. It was just.
I gotta configure the BIOS. Course I do. Options set config CD. Oh yeah, because I've moved computers since then. Dropbox utilities. God, I have so many like layers of Okay, so it's gonna be G:.
Definitive stuff.
I saw the Toy Story reference.
And then we're all like, that's cool.
Alright, is it gonna work? Is it gonna go?
Is it gonna go fast? Because of the sun.
You guys can probably hear that. I'll have to adjust that here in a second. I'll probably stop the stream briefly and then pull it back up just for splitting purposes. Probably should have done that when I finished Sonic 1, actually. That's going to make things more complicated, but oh well. I think that should do it. And I know you guys can hear it. You can't see it yet. That's okay. I'm just making sure the controller's working. I think... What's the speed up key on the simulator? There it is. Okay, that seems okay. Is full screen gonna work, though? That's always a question with Windows 10. Yeah, that seems fine. And now I need to know if you guys are going to be able to see it. So... Alright. I know you guys can see this. But if I go full screen with it, can you still see it? Does it look good right now?
Give me a second. I can't see anything right now. Give me a second, I'll reload.
Right. Should be paused of Sonic standing sort of like on a ledge with a platform off to the left.
Check. Yep.
Alright, good stuff. Alright then.
Is this Sonic Genesis or Sonic?
This is Sonic 1 Megamix.
Oh, it's just because it's not in widescreen. I was just like, wow, that's pretty close.
Somebody says it got cut off when I went full screen. Can you still see it when it's full screen, or does it...
All right, no, it's the window is a lot smaller.
Oh, yeah, no, it has problems with that sometimes. Okay, then let me try doing it this way. If I take it away from there, do it like this, now I full screen it. Oh god, okay, but this isn't going to work for me, though, because the frame rate goes to crap when I do it like that. So I might just have to play it in a window, and that'd be fine. So we'll go that way. And I can just play it in a window. No big deal.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm going to take the stream down. I'm going to come up with some stretch goals, and we should be back in like less than 5 minutes, I would say. So, see you guys soon.
If it takes any longer than 5 minutes, presume that we're dead.
Please do, despite the geographic implausibility of such a thing. And if that happens, then I love you guys.